Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Notinmyname. I'm the head of communications at Notinmyname International. I'll be facilitating this process today. I'm joined by members of our Pan-African desk to highlight the second assault that happened at the DRC embassy in Pretoria. We feel that they're in a better position to highlight some of these social injustices and atrocities that they are victims of. Now, Notinmyname is of the opinion that tolerance is reinforcement, that if there is no intervention which condemns these acts, a third attack in South Africa will be more than just assault, it will lead to cannibalism. Our request is clear: to investigate, prosecute and punish those responsible for the attacks against our members at the DRC embassy in Pretoria. We are pressed for time, so I'm just going to take it over to them to highlight some of the important parts of their message that they want communicated to the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody. And thank you so much for the opportunity. We are not just here to raise awareness about the guys, our brothers that were tortured by a vigilante group, so-called DRC Embassy in Pretoria, but rather to contextualize the system that is designed to eradicate the existence of Banyamulenge in the DRC.
I think we fear that what is happening back home, it may follow us here, and then we can being killed and eaten like the way you said, and like the way you saw the video that they are eating people back home.
You said that the genocide is following you to South Africa, right? So what about the South African government or constitution gave you confidence to seek solace here? Why did you trust it?
We trust South African government because it's a democratic country, first of all. It's a superpower in Africa. In SADC countries, South Africa is one of the biggest countries which have a strong words and which is fighting for human rights. So we believe in South Africa we can get justice.
They have their own, the way they describe us. Even if we meet them here in South Africa, they know. When I said I'm from Congo, they described me, they said, no, you're not Congolese. Like, because they have the way they describe us, that's why they're killing us. We're not dying because we have done something. We are dying because we look like the way we are looking. So that look, when we run away, we still have that look. We have never changed. We still those one. Anytime we can be followed and we can be killed and eaten here in South Africa. This is the sign. You can see if someone can be beaten inside the embassy of the country, that shows you what can happen outside of the embassy. Imagine what if it can done that inside the embassy. What can happen when you meet that person outside of the embassy? You will just kill that person and do whatever you can do.
Okay, as an organization, especially because we're international and we're in Africa, we don't believe that you can be foreigners in Africa, firstly. We've also ensured that the police are following up on this. We are now going to support them in their picket. I think that's going to be the last part of our, that's going to conclude what we're going to talk about now, to highlight what are their actual demands.
In 2004, there was an armed conflict in the DRC that could easily incite a form of violence or whatever. Then Banyamulenge that stayed in Uvira, they decided to run for their lives. They fled from Uvira to Burundi, which is a neighboring country. They were settled in a refugee camp called Gatumba. A month and a half later, that refugee camp was attacked. It's a refugee camp where you have lots of minority groups. You've got Babembe, Bafulero, Bavira, Banyamulenge as well. In overnight, just Banyamulenge, 166 men, women and children were ruthlessly murdered. This is in 2004. And more than 100 were injured. In a refugee camp, you have everybody. Until today, there's no justice for those people. What we are seeking, it's peace. We are not fighting for jobs. We are not fighting for political positions. We are not fighting for electricity. We are not fighting for anything like that. We just need peace in our area. So that shows you that everywhere we're not safe, but especially those brothers and sisters in the DRC who are no longer seen. We don't know their cases. We don't know, it's insane. I don't know what to say about that. But people, they found you on the street amongst thousands of others. They pick you, you go into the car, and then that's the end of your story. We've got some of them, we don't even know if they're still alive.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I wanted to highlight, and that's what we are fighting for. And justice for these guys who were beaten here. They need to be an immediate justice for Mr. Richard and Jean-Claude, as well as Patrice, who were beaten in 2015.
This peaceful awareness campaign that we're doing is legally. Here's the copy from the police, Tswane police. And there's also the time we start at 10 o'clock and finish at 12 o'clock. This coming Friday, it will be on the 3rd of March.
And I thank Notinmyname that they were able to take these issues as theirs. That shows the love of Pan-Africanism in this country.